Here's a how-to video on how to install factory fog light bezels and fog lights on a 2010 to 2012 Chevy Equinox, LS and LT1 models. I will be installing these fog lights on my 2012 LT1 Equinox. Not too sure why GM decided to put these plastic bezels in the place of the fog lights. I think they could have came up with a better design. Yeah, to me they're just plain ugly. Alright, here's the parts you'll need. You'll need a driver side and passenger side bezel, and here's the part numbers for each of them. As of now, these bezels are running about $50 full retail price. You can find them online through any GM parts retailer for about $33 to $37. I used my dealership and negotiated the price down to about the same. As long as you have the left and right part numbers, you can find them anywhere online that suits you best. Same with the fog lights, you can find them online as well. You're going to need two of these fog lights. These retail about $115 each from factory. You can roughly get them online between $75 to $85 each. But honestly, you don't have to get the factory GM fog lights. You can get the aftermarket ones on any type of auction websites. As long as it matches the factory part number, you can usually get those between $45 to $65 for a pair of them. And they'll work just as good as factory. The reason why I got these factory ones was because I won them on an auction site for very cheap. Here's some tools you'll need. You can pretty much ignore the 3/8 drive and the 3/8 long extension, as well as the wire cutters. You'll find in the video, don't really use those. You will need some 3M painter's tape or some type of tape to protect the paint, a 7mm ratchet or 7mm wrench, a 1/4 inch flexible tool, which I found very helpful to have. Here's some other tools that you'll need in place of the 3/8 driver. I have a little configuration of a 3/8 and 1/4 inch adapters just for the tight spaces, an Allen wrench to adjust the fog lights, and some pliers to hold the clip. You'll see later on in the video how I use these. Okay, first I'm just going to start by just putting the tape under the bezel. The bezel lifts up a little bit, just enough for you to get the tape under it. What I'm doing is just taping all around the pressure points, and just to make sure when I pop this off, it's not going to scratch anything around the paint. Great, got it all covered here. You really want to focus more in the front and the back, just to even put a 2-layer, just in case no scratches. You'll see what I mean here when I'm taking off the plastic bezel. So I basically just want to grab it, put a little pressure towards the inside, kind of squeezing it in. So yes, you want to basically just go ahead and just put your pressure in the middle of the actual bezel. You'll see it from the side here, and you want to just squeeze in, and there's two clips that are going to come right out, and you'll see here. So it just pops right off. You'll kind of see the tape there while I have it, so it just doesn't scratch the sides. You want to just start putting pressure, pulling out gently and moving it up and down. So the only thing holding the bezel on at this point is little tabs connected with this bolt. You can get in there and remove the bolt, but it's more trouble trying to get in there, remove it. The best and easiest way is just to snap this bezel off by just putting pressure out slowly up and down, and you'll hear it snap off. It'll pop off. And you can see what it was held on by, just a little plastic tabs. And each side might come off differently. Here's the passenger side. I've definitely moved it around, pulling out, and just gently, you'll feel it, it'll just pop, just breaks right off. And here's the 7mm bolt you're going to need to remove because you're going to reuse it. The way to get to it, basically going to use your 7mm ratchet or 7mm wrench. There's going to be a bumper styrofoam black piece kind of in the way, so you just kind of have to get it in there. And then you're going to just grab your pliers to grab the 7mm bolt clip to stop it from spinning. And you'll just need to save the bolt, not the clip. So next I just cleaned up everything, put some cleaner wax, take the tape off. Okay, got everything cleaned up. So now I'm just going to install the fog lights first. These little slots around the fog light are going to accept the bumper part clips. Since I'm not wiring up these fog lights right now, just cover the plug so no road debris can get inside of it with some electrical tape. And we'll just going for looks right now, so I'll probably hook them up later on. Just going to take the fog light, get it from the underside of the bumper, and so you can mount it up here, and just mounts in these little tabs like I was saying before. Once you have all these slots lined up, just by putting some tension behind the fog light, pushing towards you, you'll hear the fog light snap into place. Here's my tool setup. I'm using a 3/8 extension, my 3/8 to 1/4 inch adapter, and my 1/4 inch flexible adapter, and the 7mm socket. What I found, just a quick tip, I placed the actual bolt inside the socket, place a small amount of tape, not squishing it too much within the tape, but just enough to hold it. So the bolt is going to go in this hole, the one more towards the fog light. You're basically going to have the tool at an angle like this, and the actual bolt will screw into the back of the fog light, and it already has the tab inserted. So now we're going to take the bezel and we're going to snap it into its spot here. Basically these are the two tabs that it's going to go into, and you'll see them on the actual bumper. And I did cover it just with tape since the points are I'm going to be grabbing it on the chrome. Once you have everything popped into place, go around the bezel, make sure all the tabs are fitting correctly. The bolt will actually hold this part of the bezel into place. Here's a view of the back side where you can see the tabs where the bezels snap into place on the bumper. Here's a view of the hole where the 7mm bolt needs to go into to hold the actual bezel into place. When you install this bolt into this hole, it is probably the hardest part of the entire installation, just because you'll find there's not much room in there to maneuver. And so any tool configuration that works best for you, go ahead and use it. I found that this little extension just gives me enough room to go ahead and put the socket over the bolt and go ahead and tighten it. The tape does help from the bolt just coming out every time. So it does help get you the bolt started, and once it's started, then you can go ahead and tighten it. And hand tightening is all you need since they are plastic parts. Alright, once you have everything all tightened up, here's a view of the passenger side bezel all into place. I think it came out really great. I think it looks a lot better than the factory filler that GM uses. And the fog lights don't come pre-adjusted, so you'll need to adjust it since the fog light won't sit perfectly center in the fog light bezel. So I covered my Allen wrench just with some tape so I don't scratch the chrome, and just simply adjust the light to where it's center. You would also use this method if you have the fog lights wired up so you can adjust them. Quick before picture and after. Hopefully this video is helpful to you. I think they came out really great. And for the money, I think it's a really great upgrade to add these GM parts just to improve the styling. I think it's definitely worth it. I'm probably going to get a lot of slack for not wiring these fog lights up, but honestly just wanted to go for the look. I'll probably wire them up later on. There's various methods you can use. Just treat them like regular aftermarket fog lights by using just a toggle switch. Some people go as far as changing the entire harness and mount exactly as factory has them set. If you have the money for that, props to you. So for now, I think these are just going to be great just for the look. If I ever do wire them up though, I will make a video for it. Once again, hope this video was helpful to you.